Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 175. I am B.
And I'm Chris.
Uh-oh. Who we missing? Who we missing?
We're missing the biggest presence in the room.
He's a big presence. We don't know where he is. He could show up at any minute.
Yeah.
We don't know if
He's
we're
about
gonna...
45 minutes late for the show.
Yeah.
So we decided now or never.
Yeah. I blame it on you because you said I'm going to be 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
And you were maybe 7 minutes late.
I was trying to be courteous.
Yeah.
I shot a text to the group because I was hitting some traffic on the way up here. I'm going to be about 10 minutes late. And I was going to stop for coffee, and then I didn't to make it.
Oh, you could have stopped for coffee. You could have stopped.
I could have gotten dinner.
Yeah.
I could have gotten dinner. So I think that my saying I would be late empowered him.
It definitely did. That's a thing that happens. If he hears that somebody else is going to be late, now he can fall back to sleep. I'm convinced he was asleep.
I think that that's what's likely.
The way he picked up the phone, he was like, "Oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes," and that was close to 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So here we are. I'm a little nervous. For when he walks in, what he's going to do.
I mean, the reaction we'll get. Oh, let's mention the cameras. We'll get the reaction on camera.
We have cameras.
Let me point it towards the door there.
Oh, you're right.
That's a clippable part of the show.
That'll be good. You're
That'll
right.
be good. Yeah, it could be negative. Oh,
it could be, but it's whatever. We're here. Anyway, how you doing? How was your week?
I'm doing great, man. I had a great week. Great weekend for sports.
Great weekend for sports. Great weekend for sports that I don't watch.
Right, all the ones that you don't watch, but great. Two awesome soccer finals.
Right.
You had the Copa America. Argentina won, which I think was Messi's first.
Wait, there was two different sports. Two different
Yeah.
sports. Two different soccer.
Two of the sport balls.
I didn't know there was.
Yeah,
All I know is the England-Italy one.
I think Messi got his first international title in Argentina versus Brazil. It was a great game. Really dirty game.
Okay.
And then you had Italy versus England in the Euro Cup, which Italy won in penalties. Which I was at Croxley's at. Chaos.
Was it?
It was chaos.
What is, dude? People that's why people will say. They say, I don't know if I believe it. They say soccer is the most. What is it? The most popular sport in the world.
In the world, yeah.
And I'm always like, okay, maybe in other countries, but then whenever the World Cup or there's a big match,
People get into it.
people go nuts
You know why it's not so popular here?
because it's boring.
Sometimes it's very boring, but the club teams here are horrific.
Chick is here,
There
guys.
is.
Chick is here. Take a seat. Get on the mic. What's the matter?
The club teams here suck.
All right. Here he is. What's up, Chick? How are you?
Oh, yes.
We're recording right now.
I'll take my time. You shouldn't start.
Well, you took your time.
You're 50 minutes late.
You're an hour late. What happened to you? You all right?
Yeah, I was playing with my nephew. I lost track of time.
You playing with your nephew?
I was on FaceTime with him playing the game.
Do you want us to start over?
cute.
No, you want to keep going. You thought this was smart, then let's keep going.
I mean, eventually we have to start, So, how you doing? Your voice
What's up
doesn't
with your voice?
sound
You
good.
okay?
My voice has been shot all week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
man.
you all right? I feel like something's not right with you.
Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was playing with my nephew. I lost track of time completely.
All right.
All right.
You guys are going to cuddle in with that. We have
On
cameras.
video now?
Yeah. Well, we don't know if it's going to, it might not,
This is a test run.
it's sort of a test run because we're still going to have to find out our sound.
Wow.
So, yeah. We have videos.
I was told my sound was messed up last week, that I was too low.
Oh.
Well, you
was it?
fluctuate a ton.
Yeah, but usually we don't touch anything, and you just deal with the loudness. People can lower it. But when I'm low, my buddy's like, you can't
It's hard
make
to hear
it
you.
louder.
I felt like you were sick last week.
No, I wasn't. My buddy said, because he listens every week, and he's like, your volume was off.
It's the same volume.
He said it was fine prior.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's just like, everyone complains about you being loud, but when you're loud, you could lower it. When you're too low, you can't loud. Make
You were
it louder.
falling asleep last week.
Yeah,
Do you remember that? You were like sunken in your chair.
I was just very
I
comfortable.
don't think you were. You probably weren't speaking into the mic because the levels are all the same. They're all where they should
I
be.
actually made you louder last week
Why'd you make me louder?
Yeah,
last
why would
week?
you ever do that?
because he wasn't talking into the mic.
So that's it.
But
I'm
no,
gonna make you a little bit louder this week too, actually, because you
Yeah, you
no
also you
voice.
sound a little low tonight.
My
Maybe it's the
has been
voice.
Shot.
Is the voice?
I don't know if things are getting bigger on my throat. I have to go back for my follow up in like a week or so. But
Oh, at
Yeah.
least you're going back soon.
yeah,
That's
no,
good.
I had a follow up anyway. So
All right, all right.
I haven't. My voice has been like getting. It's just bad this week.
I like the Adult Babies. Is that a new Adult Babies shirt?
No.
Oh, that's an old. What does that say? If you made it this far,
Yeah, if you made it this far.
I didn't even know we had that shirt out.
Yeah.
don't
I haven't
know if
checked- I haven't
to be
checked the
honest,
website.
I haven't seen that one.
I got this when we first.
Oh,
had
that's
it.
so that's like an original
yeah,
shirt.
This is one of the originals.
Ah, okay.
I ordered a sweatshirt and I ordered a shirt.
Ah, all right, yeah. Big merch guy.
Big merch.
Big
guy.
merch
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I want to get hats, but the store doesn't support.
They don't
Hats.
support
What I
hats.
miss?
Nothing.
Talking
We just
about
started.
sports.
Yeah, we're talking about the
Did
soccer.
you watch soccer games this weekend?
Yeah, I loved them. It was
Yeah,
great.
What'd you
great
think?
games.
What do you mean? What did I think? They were excellent games to watch. I was happy Italy won. I was happy Argentina won.
Nice. All right. I didn't even know Argentina. I the only one I knew was Italy and England. I didn't even. That's how little I pay attention.
Well, that's
to.
because that cup, the Copa,
Copa
isn't
America,
as
yeah.
big. The Europe Cup is the big cup.
Okay.
The other one isn't huge
It's not.
because there's not as many good teams. It's really just Italy, Argentina, Brazil. You got Uruguay, who's pretty good. Chile sometimes, but it's,
Yeah, but it is usually between
You a big fan
those
of Chile?
it's
Yeah, I support them when they play.
It's really not even the four of them. It's more Argentina and Brazil, and the other two are Uruguay's usually pretty good.
Chile won a couple years ago, though.
Yeah, Chile
Yeah.
had a good team, but
Yeah.
that's not something that's common. And then they got the Gold Cup, which America plays tonight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because they're playing. This is another one. The Gold Cup is all the CONCACAF teams. CONCACAF. So that's
So Mexico wins.
No, it's Mexico and the U.S. And the U.S. beat Mexico last time we played them.
Ah.
Because we're actually pretty good right now.
I heard the U.S. team's pretty good right now.
Very good.
Yeah.
They got a lot of young talent, guys playing overseas.
USA's on what league?
They're in the CONCACAF. It's the
It's like a
Caribbean.
whole other language.
It's the Caribbean. It's
Okay.
It's basically North
Central. It's North America, Central America, and the Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the Copa was all the South American teams. And then the Euro is all the Euro Cup teams.
All right.
And that's how soccer's kind of split
What'd
up
you
as
do
far
for
as
the
national.
for the match?
I watched them at home.
You watched it at home?
Yeah.
All right.
I got some Argentinian family now because my cousin married into, and we always kind
Oh,
of
that's
cheer
cool.
for Argentina. So
Okay. All right.
happy they won.
That was a great game, but man.
Both of them were excellent. Messi choked at the very
he
end.
choked with that shot.
He slipped, but yeah.
Yeah, but that was a choke.
He had it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had it. The icing on the cake, and he fucking
I found it
tripped.
very interesting to see the contrast between the two games, though. It's like a different form of soccer.
Yes, every country, like even when you watch
Every region has a
yeah,
different
when you watch
soccer.
like the league plays, like Italian soccer's known for defense. That's why this Italian team that's so aggressive and they score and they push the ball a lot is a lot. It's like a breath of fresh air and a new thing to watch because they're not normally playing like that. And the English league is more of a physical league. The Spanish league is like your finesse and skill. That's when Messi, Ronaldo were there forever.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just not as good.
All right. I wish I was into it more. I love sports.
I
don't
tell
know,
people it's
I know.
confusing.
That's it. Like the way
It's-
you're
it's
talking
on
about it.
your days
It's
and
hard
it's
to get
confusing,
into.
but once you grasp it and you know
Yeah.
what's going on, to me, it's better than. I don't want to say better than, but it's very exciting and it's just as good as the other sports.
It's probably
that
my
we're all-
favorite sport to watch.
It's
for
like
big games.
climbing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over like I almost prefer to watch a soccer game than
Well,
baseball.
yeah. I mean, me and Chris were saying before you got here, like the soccer when it's a big game, like these places around here are packed and it's nuts.
It is.
Like I can hear it from my apartment.
And the best thing is the club soccer, which isn't like the national teams, is better than the national soccer. Like watching club games and league play and the Champions League and the Premier League.
I'm having a hard time. I got to pick a league to get into and get
Well,
into.
and that's what I would do.
Yeah.
There's so much, and
Yeah,
it's
so you
so
gotta find
confusing.
your
You
own.
kind of like what I did was after my buddy passed, and I started watching soccer with him, and then when he passed, I really
Was he a big soccer guy?
Yeah, he was very big, and he loved Manchester City, Premier League team. So once I picked them, like, all right, I'm going to follow them. I follow the Premier League, and you see your players, and then you start cheering for the national teams that these players play for. Mm-hmm. That's why I like Belgium a lot, because my favorite player, Kevin De Bruyne, plays for Belgium, and he's on Manchester City. But then you watch the Premier League. So now I watch that league.
See, that just made no sense. He plays for Belgium, but he's on Manchester City.
Well, basically...
international soccer is not happening all the time.
Yeah, international soccer is very rare.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Is
rare.
that the World Cup?
World Cup,
Okay.
like the national teams.
All right.
Country versus country. It's very rare. Not rare, but it's a lot less than the club teams.
I feel like I should get FIFA, like the video game.
FIFA helps.
It would probably help.
It does help.
Yeah, anything that you're seeing it, like, it would help.
Because you're getting familiar with the players.
The club teams are like all-star teams. They're not all-star teams, but in the sense where the whole world they could pick from. So they have Manchester City's team. They had 3 guys that play for Argentina. They had 5 on the English team. They have 1 on Belgium. They had, you know what I mean? Like the players are from all over. Right. That's why the teams are better and they play more. So they're the games and you play with the teams more, so the teams are better.
Right, and they play together for years.
And they play together all year long. Their season starts in August, and they play. The good teams play in 2 leagues simultaneous throughout the year.
There's never a break?
They have breaks for international.
This is like darts.
And they only have 2 months off. The season ends in June. It starts in August.
Jesus Christ. That's like a grueling sport.
Yes, but they have like January off. It's just run differently.
Yeah.
They have breaks throughout the year, but it's almost year-round.
Even in those breaks, that's when the international
And that's when the international plays.
Okay.
They're playing all year.
So they're never...
Basically.
The good players who are on good teams and play the national, they're probably off a month of the year.
And there are some really good players who have shitty national teams, and I guess they're kind of not playing as much if they don't.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's why the better players go to the same teams because they want to be in the Champions League every year, right? So you want to play for teams that are in the top of their league. Because the top of the league goes to the champion. It's a whole...
And soccer is very money-driven, so
very
really,
money.
It's like...
Messi's new contract. Did you see his new contract?
How old is Messi? He's an older guy.
He's old, but he's still good, and he's got a couple years left. But these soccer, they just pay these.
It's a vanity thing, too, because when you sign Messi, you know what you're signing is the sale of 1 billion Messi jerseys.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. And
is he really the best?
I mean, not right now.
Like, what would you compare him in another sport? What would you compare Messi?
He was LeBron James.
One of the best of all time, for sure.
Yeah, he's one of the best players of all time.
I mean, you can argue the top 5 or whatever, but he's up there.
Yeah, but as far as, I mean, he was the best in the world for a few years. Yeah. And now that he's getting older and there's other, like Mbappe is probably the best in the world right now.
Mbappe.
From French.
But if we're talking about like career spanning, he's got to be in the top 5 of all time.
The difference between him and Ronaldo was Ronaldo had a lot of international country success. This was Messi's first cup ever for an international team.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
He only won on like the under 21 teams and all that since he went to the big like the national team.
He could never bring his team to the top.
They were in a lot of finals. They just lost. He was like a choke artist in national.
And he choked in this one too.
Yeah, he didn't have a great game. Yeah. He didn't have a bad game.
Did that take him out of the top 5?
No, because his other success, and he's just so
in club soccer, he's undeniable.
If LeBron never,
I would say also in this whole cup and the whole Copa America, he played fantastic.
Yeah, he played great. He just
this
the last game, he's just like
so the one where it counts. That's where.
Well, I mean, they all count, but yeah.
All right, I got to get into it. It's something that I
like it too because it doesn't ever get in the way of any other sport. Like when soccer's on,
what time is it on?
It's on
5 in the morning.
The Champions League's in the middle of the week, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock games.
When the hell am I going to watch that?
Listen, I'm not saying they're easy to watch, but it's middle of the week, 2 o'clock games, 3 o'clock games, and then the weekend it's Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. So it's on before everything else.
Okay, all right. And the UFC, you
big UFC. Did you watch that?
I am not a huge UFC fan, but I went to my buddy's just to watch the fight.
Yeah. A lot of people watch this one because when Conor McGregor fights, even people who don't
Conor
like
McGregor,
UFC.
he's a great sell.
Yeah, he is,
but he's not good anymore.
Also, what?
And he got his ass kicked.
got his ass kicked and then talked all kinds of shit
What did he
afterwards,
say
like,
exactly?
Well, first he's talking shit about the guy's wife, saying she
Yeah.
was hitting him up
This is after he broke his
before
leg?
the fight.
Before,
Oh,
and
before
after.
the-
That's why
After,
the other
too.
guy. I mean, they don't like each other.
No.
Right.
It's
And-
not
and-
like fake.
Who's the other guy?
Poirier.
Poirier.
He hates him.
Christian Poirier.
So he
American? Where's he from?
American.
he's like in the middle of the country, I think. Well,
Yeah.
no, southern Louisiana. They
Louisiana.
said. I think.
Yeah,
I think he's from Louisiana.
That sounds right.
Ah.
So he they hate each other. So this is the third time they fought. The first time I think Conor won. The second time Poirier knocked him the fuck out. And this one he got a beating for a round.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I mean, it
broke
wasn't
his-
close.
It wasn't. No. That's why he tells him it's an illegitimate win. Yeah, it shouldn't have been a win because you never know what could happen. But he got destroyed for a round.
I mean, yeah. You can.
Connor did?
yeah,
he
got beat up.
I mean,
Okay.
just
Because all I watched was him breaking his leg or whatever.
Which
he
is
did.
gross. I've come to the point where I can see a lot of gross things, but a break is just tough to watch.
You know what? It doesn't bother me that much.
What?
Like watching that, it doesn't. It
doesn't
doesn't
bother you.
like.
Because it's not great, but it looks like
It looks awful.
Yeah.
But I like some things I could watch and like I could feel
I
that.
totally get it. Yeah.
But like for whatever reason, like I was able to watch that.
I could watch blood and gore more than I could watch a break.
the breaks.
Yeah.
I honestly, when I see it, like when Weidman broke his
makes
leg
me
a few months ago,
cringe.
not only do I cringe, I like grab.
You
my
feel
neck.
it, right?
Dude, it's like, oh.
It doesn't. It doesn't get.
I like how Poirier said he broke it because he was checking his kicks and he said he fractured it and then it broke after. I mean, it could be
could've.
true, but nobody knows that.
Could have. They did.
You don't know if when you're taking a check, you can't tell
No,
if he
you have
cracked
no
it.
idea.
You have no idea.
They did slow it down. They slowed the video down, and you can kind of see with one of the checks, it gives a little bit.
I mean, it makes
What do you
sense.
mean a
Guys-
check?
So when they kick your
yeah.
foot, instead of keeping it on the ground so you feel it, you check it. You kick your leg up.
You almost kick their kick.
Yeah, you basically let their shin hit your shin. It's not
Like a
supposed
block?
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hurts them as much as it probably
Right.
hurts you. It doesn't tickle.
See that?
There's no way it feels good.
That is like bone on bone.
I would
bone on
imagine
bone.
that's
Oh.
the
Yeah, it's
gist.
bone
I
on
don't know
bone.
the details of it,
Oh,
but
that
I
sounds
think
brutal.
that's kind of the gist of the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's so your foot's not on the ground when it gets hit. It kind of
Okay.
takes it.
Plus, you're hurting the guy who's kicking you because
Yeah.
it's bone on bone.
So he said he checked them, like he was checking his kicks, because Conor got a couple good kicks in and maybe
Yeah.
a punch or two early. That was it. And then he got taken to the ground and pummeled.
Did you see that Connor's now trying to say that it was broken before the fight?
Yeah, I
But
heard
the
that.
only logical flaw with that is, so it's broken before the fight, and you
How are you
decide to
doing?
go
And
in
then you start throw kicks?
That's the
Just
strategy.
doesn't make sense.
Kick throwing
You wouldn't have done that.
with your broken foot.
Yeah, you don't do
Get the
that.
Fuck out of here.
It doesn't
Yeah,
make
it doesn't
sense.
make
That's why Connor's good, because he's just a shit-talking asshole.
Right. Dude, that's fun with sports.
It is.
That's
it's
why
the
I
right
like-
sport to be that way.
People
You know-
turn it on, but I don't see how
He comes back.
If he does, like he's not good anymore.
Yeah, how do you
He's
give him?
not good.
You
You
give
think
him
he's
that
done?
fight because it
He's not
sells.
competing at the top level. I mean, he's in the ring competing, but he's not. It's not competitive.
It's not
He's
competitive.
got
He got beat
his ass
up.
kicked.
Yeah. So you think he's done?
No, I think
No,
he'll
I
come
don't think.
back.
Unfortunately,
Because-
fighters don't know when to call it
Yeah,
quits.
and also like that money is like
well, that's the other thing. I don't
He
think
made
these
20
UFC
million.
guys get paid as much as say like a boxer. So when they,
No,
if they
not
could
even
cash
now.
in, no, not even
No, they
close.
make nothing.
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's
Some of the guys on the main
insane.
card, like below them, are making like $40,000 for the
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not like it's
But
not retirement money. It's good money, but it's not like I was in UFC for 2 years. I'm
Right.
done. That's not it.
it doesn't make sense. So if UFC is so popular, it's like it's huge.
I don't know because it's not
Yeah.
the draw.
A lot of the fighters.
They
have-
saturated everything. There's no okay, boxing you have a couple big events and the pay-per-view and it's huge money.
Right.
UFC,
There's a UFC every week.
this UFC's
Yeah,
every
yeah, yeah.
fucking
There is,
week.
yeah.
Right.
And
That's why I don't know. I used to like
there's too
when-
many weight classes. It's so saturated with like people
Right.
that they don't need to pay these guys because they're just turning them out.
I used to enjoy when it was a big fight, whatever
Yeah.
it was. But like I felt like Connor was
I was a huge UFC fan.
recently. Like when was the last time he fought?
He's
Since he was being good,
No, his last fight. I feel like he
his
just
last
fought.
3 fights he's been
His
a
last
punching
fight was
bag.
like in February. I think.
February. Okay.
And he got his ass kicked in
He
that
got
one
his ass
too.
kicked in that one.
By fucking Khabib. What was that?
No. This was Poirier again.
Oh yeah, you're right. The last
Right.
2 fights Poirier kicked his
No,
ass.
This February he fought.
Yeah, Poirier knocked him.
It's like too soon, right?
It's very soon.
I guess he's just
but
trying
they
to cash
also,
in
though,
or
you
whatever
have,
he's gonna get.
You have that prime. So how long?
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
have
you
to
gotta
wait?
cash in
You got to
while you
cash
can.
in on
Yeah.
the prime.
That's why it's flawed, though, because these guys have to cash in while they can, but then they're not putting out a good product.
But also, I mean, as a fighter, you don't want to be taking one fight a year.
You also want to make money.
You want to make money, but
You figure 2 fights a
but
year
say-
is
But
probably
that's
okay.
how boxing used
Say
to do
like
it, though.
30
Boxing,
though.
you're making.
But these boxers are making millions and millions of dollars per
But-
fight.
Because you would get excited if you saw him the last time.
I get it. That's the whole. That's also the issue with boxing. Why I like boxing. Why I prefer boxing over UFC. Because this shit would happen with injury. It doesn't happen in boxing. Right. I'm not saying you get great. You know, there's a lot of issues with boxing.
It's been rough.
But you watch a boxing fight, you're most likely watching 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with the winner or not,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get to see a 12-round fight.
I don't like boxing though because it feels so incomplete compared to MMA. It doesn't feel like a real fight because
To me, because someone doesn't get knocked out.
Well, no, not only that, but like there's just so many rules. Like MMA, I like that you have to be careful of everything. You get taken down, you get kicked, you can do all that stuff.
Yeah, but boxing I feel it's very similar. I mean, listen, I was always a boxing fan, right? And then UFC started, and and when UFC first started and was getting big, I was a huge UFC guy. And then it just started getting ridiculous.
It's a lot.
And now I've solely
What turned you off? The amount that
just
they
the
were...
amount they were putting it out, the amount of weight classes, the people. It was just like a fucking going through people. Everybody and their mother. Boxing's just a great boxing fight. There's nothing like it.
And also like UFC for a while there when it was first starting was very close to pro wrestling. The way that the characters,
the Chuck Liddell, Tito
the
Ortiz,
characters were
I
fucking
forgot
hilarious.
about that.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like that's when I would Chuck Liddell, Tito fights, the Shamrock, like Anderson Silva. It was a lot of big names and good fights, and it wasn't like. And now it's just too much. I think it's just too much.
Yeah. All
They
right.
saturated it, in my opinion. It's just mine.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot.
And I don't hate the UFC. I don't. There's so much going on. I don't keep up with it. It's just It's too much for me, at least.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I like a good boxing fight here and there.
Yeah, those are...
You into these YouTube boxing fights that people are doing?
Not necessarily the
What are
YouTube ones,
those?
but I like a Friday night with the young guys on ESPN and stuff. You catch some of those fights. They're good fights.
Right. What are the YouTube?
Oh, so you guys haven't heard about this?
Like
Like famous
boxing?
YouTubers and TikTokers are fighting.
Oh,
each other.
yeah.
I actually didn't hear about that. I've known a couple have, but I
man.
didn't know
Wait,
that was like a
are
thing.
you talking about like when Nate Robinson fought?
I don't know.
No,
what
that's
that is.
like more of an event where they have.
No, I'm
he's
talking about like the
them.
Logan Paul kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah.
Nate Robinson was.
Nate Robinson,
okay.
didn't he fight Logan Paul?
Oh,
Yeah, he got his
I
ass
missed
kicked. He
that
got knocked
one,
the fuck out.
He got knocked
But
out.
like that group of people, like Jake Paul just fought Ben Askren. Like it's that kind of like showy
yeah.
celebrity boxing. Basically,
I watched the Nate Robinson Logan Paul because I love Nate Robinson as a Nick, and he got
He was a
didn't see
meme.
that
He got
one.
made a meme.
yeah, it wasn't good. Logan Paul destroyed him.
Yeah,
I wasn't
Paul's
it.
a pretty jacked dude.
Yeah, but who's he fighting now? Is he going to fight
Floyd
somebody?
Mayweather.
He's fighting.
He just fought Floyd Mayweather.
And it was a joke.
It was a joke.
Like the fact that he went 8 rounds with Mayweather, I don't know whether to be embarrassed for Mayweather or Mayweather said the whole thing was a fix.
yeah,
don't know.
I think. I don't know.
That's the thing with
No,
this
listen,
stuff.
they did it for money.
They did it for money. It
And
was an
they made-
exhibition, and they made bank. And the
Yeah.
fight was not fun to watch, but it wasn't as bad as you would have thought.
Mayweather made something like over. It was like $300 million or something like that.
No, did he for
I
that?
think it was that.
I'm
yeah.
not surprised.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'd have to double check.
No,
I'm
double
not
check.
saying
But
you're
it was
wrong.
like an
300 million.
It was a.
Oh, wow.
an
Well, that's like when he makes absurd amounts of money.
He
made,
does.
He made over $300 million for fighting Conor McGregor.
It's crazy.
Which is another joke. Conor had no idea. Since that fight,
I just say Logan Paul. Did
that's a
better
good
than
time
Conor
period.
McGregor.
Once Conor left the UFC to box is when his career was done.
It's when he
Yeah.
made $100 million in one fight,
yeah. And he got his ass kicked.
and he got his ass kicked. But he made that money. How
Yeah.
do you? Where's the drive?
Yeah.
To what? I want to train every day.
you know what?
I live like a king.
I don't know if I agree, because some of the boxers, the good boxers who are millionaires, still fucking, like, look at Canelo.
No, but that's like a known trope in fighting in general. Is like that.
Well, that drive. Yeah, I get it.
Once you make it to the top, like what's your? Like when McGregor was coming up when he was good, he was like homeless.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is,
Yeah,
too,
I
in
mean-
UFC. These guys get, like, short windows to be very good. Anderson Silva was
That's every
untouchable.
sport, though. You have a short.
But
window.
you have the short windows, but in the grand scheme of things, in other sports, it's still bigger than your fighting window, I think. Because you
Yeah.
lose 1 or 2 big fights, and then people are
And
like,
there's
he
always
sucks.
someone younger
And there's
than
always
you,
someone
too.
younger and better coming up.
Yeah.
In basketball, you know, a small window's, 6 years? You get what?
If you're
a
good,
window in
but-
UFC's 2.
And imagine, in 2
If
years,
that-
you might fight 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
So they
and
only
if-
get to see you perform 4 or 5 times in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like I get it. It's they're all in all sports. It's a relatively small window, but
It is.
some you don't. This one loss.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Could
I
end
get
your
it.
career.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I had an interesting thing happen to me this week.
Yeah, what happened
It's about
to
the
you?
only real interesting thing I got going on. So I I had a DM.
Somebody slid into your DM.
Somebody slid into my DMs.
Okay.
Whenever you see the request and you know it's not like it doesn't go right through, and
That,
you
that
actually
could
have to
go
accept
2
it.
ways. That could be like porn bot.
So this is,
Or-
but I still don't know where it's at.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah, because you know me, I like to entertain these things.
Wait, Chris, do you know about this?
I told B.
No.
I
Yeah.
didn't
I
say
don't
it on
know
the.
about
I was on a voice. We talked about.
Yeah,
this.
yeah, we talked
Okay.
about this.
So
Chick gets news, and I love to hear it because he gets so excited. But tell it.
So they slide into my DMs and they ask me if I'm into subdominant, like adult baby play, I guess.
Well, first she asked you, "Are you one of the adult babies?"
Yes.
And did you get giddy in that moment?
Yeah.
And
No,
you were
because
like,
I knew where it was. I
You
had
were
a
like,
feeling.
I am.
You had a feeling it was.
I had a feeling right off
She's
the
not
bat.
a fan of the podcast. She likes
Yeah,
men in diapers.
exactly. I knew where it was going. So I'm like, yes, I'm one of the adult babies. What can I do for you?
how can I help you?
And it was asking if we're adult babies, like if we're into subdominant, like fetish role play, basically.
So she was asking.
She was hoping that I dressed up in diapers
Right.
and was looking for,
She saw this photo.
quote unquote mommy.
She's like, "Are you 3 pals that get together and wear diapers?"
Yeah, could you get like wet for me and can you make your diaper wet or like,
Right.
you
That's
know.
what she said.
I think she made the comment.
Now, is
Yeah.
this a real person or a bot?
So I'm still trying to figure this out
Oh, man.
because I enjoy these things.
Loves it.
I love it. I do.
So
I
what do
really
you write
love
back? You're like a whatever.
So I'm honest with her. Like I wasn't trying because I don't want to get caught up where they want me to do. So I just said no. I'm not into that. It's a comedy podcast that
Yeah.
we do. You know, how you
listen to
doing?
it.
Yeah.
Listen to it on Spotify and
So
Apple,
she's like,
whatever.
oh,
Like and
you know,
subscribe.
that's interesting. Like I thought you were into. I was like, no, I'm not into that. But what else you going? What else you got going on?
So you continue the
I continue the conversation.
She was like, "I'm looking for an adult man to pee in a diaper," and you're like, "Well, I'm a comedy podcast, but what's going on?"
but what's going on?
Yeah.
Now, was
Where are
she-
you from?
Was she like attractive, or was it more the kind of person I'm picturing who would be into being a mom?
It was a mixture of both.
Okay.
Because now, if she is the person that her photos
Unlikely.
that she sent me and all
quite
that,
unlikely.
it is. She's attractive.
she's okay.
So now at this point, I just want to see if I can get her on a FaceTime or a voice call where I can compare and see if this person is actually who they say they are.
So you want to like actually talk to her,
yes.
see her face. You want
Yes.
Okay.
Can you work on this right now?
I've been working on
I
it.
want to see this.
No,
This is
it's-
his big thing of the week.
This is what's going on this
I
week.
want to see
Yeah.
this for sure.
So now I give her my cell. I was like, if you want to text me, go for it.
Wait a second. She also asked for pictures of you.
That's not yet.
Oh, okay.
So I give her my cell. Didn't think she was going to text me. She texts me, hey, it's me.
Wait a second. I didn't know you gave her your
That's
cell
where
phone number.
we took it off of.
You're a
me.
lunatic.
I am a
insane.
lunatic.
That
I don't
is.
know if I would've done
Why would
that.
you need to give her your cell phone?
Because
number?
who cares? What's his cell phone number going to do?
That's fair.
What?
I don't
B?
know.
What's
I
she
don't
gonna
know.
do?
I don't know. I just don't like
Like
that.
and maybe I'm naive. That's very well could be the case. I just don't think like what's she going to do?
I don't know. The second
If it's a she, is the
Yeah,
thing.
she or he.
What if it's like
whatever it is?
What if it's the Serbian
It
mob?
could be like a terrorist
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say.
this is the way we get to it.
This is the way they get to the U.S.
Yeah.
They're one idiot of their civilians.
This adult baby.
So now we're just bullshitting like
You text them.
normal conversation, like getting to know.
What
each
is
other.
normal conversation
Did she
for
say
a
She lives in
stranger?
apparently she lives in North Carolina. She has a kid, but he's in Massachusetts.
The kid or
Her kid.
okay?
Oh.
She just shipped him off to Massachusetts.
No, I think he's older. I don't know. I have
Oh,
no
she's
idea.
looking
Or
for,
she's
looking for a new baby. So.
yeah.
and she's in like she was like I do she trades in like crypto stuff, cryptocurrency.
Oh, that's a yeah.
She wasn't trying to sell me on it, so I tell her, I go, "Are you just trying to sell me on cryptocurrency investing?" and fetishes, and she goes, "It's fine if you're not."
Crypto and fetish.
She goes, "It's fine if you." And this is why I like certain things she says makes me think maybe she's a real person who was looking for some kinky fetish shit. And now she got an idiot who's willing to talk to her who's just stuck now. You can't get past it. Like, she may not even want to continue it anymore and just, like, got caught. And now she's got this normal person.
Now you're harassing her.
Now I'm harassing. I basically flipped it on him. I flipped it for real. So now I'm harassing her, just getting to know her. And now I'm trying to, because now I want to know. I said, why don't we FaceTime? So she's like, I got to get to know you a little more.
You're the one that wants to FaceTime.
Now she thinks you're a creep.
That's what's great about this. I flipped it. So now I'm trying to get. She's like, I asked her to send me a couple pics because I'm curious what she's going to send. So she sent me a few pics that weren't on Instagram. They weren't pics I've already seen. They're still the same person.
Wait, you're friends with her on Instagram already?
Well,
that's how it messaged.
That's how you messaged her.
That's how it all started.
Okay.
So the pictures are all the same. Of the same person, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's her, but it's the same person. And they weren't ones she put on there. I'm just trying to fish. So she asked me for pictures, so I sent her stupid faces, like selfies. Of nothing. Like, I'm clothed, there's nothing erotic. Just like, they're not even attractive photos of me.
Not many of them
Well, there's not even. Yeah, that's hard to do anyway. Unless I Photoshop some celebrity's face on it.
Let's find a hot picture of you.
But I mean, like, they're not even ones that I would show, like, if I was into this girl and I was like, I gotta show her something. Like, I didn't even try and find. I was just like, you want a picture? Click. Here's a picture and sent it.
Did you even smile?
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not really like anything
this
special.
Fucking Albanian is sitting there like, yes, we
So
have
now
him.
she was, at first it was like, I don't want to talk just yet. So that's why I'm like, this is a bot or this is a scam. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get to see if it's not.
In her defense, I've known you for a long time, and I don't always want to talk to you just yet. So
exactly, her standoffishness with me trying to pursue it now is partially why I think it may be real.
It does seem like you've become the aggressor.
Yes, I have. I flipped it. That's what you got to do with these people.
that's what you have to do.
You have to take control.
This is all right. This is a word to the wise. If you get,
if you're suspicious of some social media thing hacking you, flip the hack.
You
around.
start hacking them.
You start annoying them.
Hacking them.
Yeah. Think about it. Nobody wants to be annoyed. So now, if
you do though, you love this.
I do love this. So that's where I'm at this week. I'm trying to get this chick to FaceTime.
Did she want? I remember you saying that she wanted better pics of you. You sent her some pics and they weren't up to her standards.
No, I didn't say that. I think you're
Better pics? That's
No,
hilarious.
she didn't say that.
I'll find. No, that you said something.
I don't know what he's saying. Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't think it was better.
There was something in there. I forget what it was. I'm probably wording it wrong. So where are you guys at now? That's.
Last I talked to her was this morning. It was she hit me up a few times. Good morning. And then she'll disappear. Like, I'll send her a few things and I won't hear from her for a few hours. It's weird.
Jesus.
Well, that's because she got off the clock over there.
And I already made it well clear that I am not into the fetish stuff. Like, I didn't even play that card and try and use that to get in because I don't want to get in any of caught up in any of that.
No, be careful.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little weary.
Whatever.
But a little bit, maybe just tell her. Maybe if you buy me a binky and ship it over here, I'll.
Well, I'm thinking about. I want to tell her maybe I'll if you FaceTime with me and I can because I told her.
Will you wear a diaper?
I
if we
flat
buy
out
you a
told
diaper?
her I don't even trust that you're who you say you are. I told her that.
And what did she say to that?
She said I am. I said, well, when I talk to you or whatever, She's
now is this a budding romance?
No way. She doesn't even live in New York. I'm not going out of state. And she's not coming here. I'm not sending this girl here. She thinks I live out of my own house.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah, of course.
You said, how does that
Well,
happen?
she just said, do you have your own home? And I said, yes. I didn't go any further into detail.
I hope she listens to this podcast.
I hope so, too.
And then she's like, you lied.
Because at least I'll know by the text that, it's a human being who's listening to this shit.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's Sergey.
It could be Sergey. I don't know.
Does she have a name?
Out. I don't want to say it on here just yet.
The first name or last name? You can't say the first.
It's Mia.
Mia.
Mia Hamm.
Mia Hamm.
I asked her if she was Latina, because she looks Latina.
Uh-huh.
And she got she laughed because she goes, you ask so many questions.
Yeah,
That's
you just.
oh ha 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 ha! You ask so many.
So many questions. Russian. She's fucking. Why are you asking so many questions?
Why you ask so many questions?
This
boy?
is why I love it, because I flipped it on them.
I love.
You're
that
no
too.
longer annoying me. I'm
Yeah.
annoying you.
Oh God.
You worry too much.
So that's where, that's my week. How about your guys' weeks?
That's incredible.
You gotta keep things interesting.
Jesus Christ, that's
Yeah,
fucking
he does
hilarious.
keep things. You gotta say. He keeps things.
And part of my reasoning behind doing this now is because I don't have much going on, so we need stuff for the show. So when something arises, I'm like, I'm gonna take this as far as I can take it.
I think that's the best way
so
to do
fucking
it.
funny.
I applaud that mess.
So here's my thing. It's either gonna end up with me dead and robbed. Mm-hmm. It's gonna end
You're
up
gonna lose an organ.
losing Oregon, or I'm gonna meet some friend and from North Carolina, and
You're gonna dress like a baby.
I want to dress like a baby.
what
and
would it take
piss.
if we could?
We'll get you the full.
Can we get you a baby outfit and have
There
you send her a
is-
picture?
No chance of me ever dressing up in a fetish capacity.
No, but what if we got you this onesie?
Yeah, we get you a
As
little.
an adult.
I would do these things, the baby stuff, for a joke with us for the show.
But this is a joke for the show.
but it's not when I'm putting on something and I have to piss myself and act like
We're
a
not
baby.
asking you
Oh, I
to. We
definitely
don't want you to piss.
So what do you want me to do?
We want you to wear a diaper
And just send her a
put like
picture.
a little binky in your mouth
And just send a pic?
and send a picture.
That's it.
That's it.
I'll think about that.
Okay.
My issue is...
Do it for the show, please.
Like, what I sent her, if she sent those pics out to the world, I wouldn't care. It's just a headshot that anybody can get off my Facebook
Right,
or anything.
right.
That's why I don't I'm playing it safe. I don't want to do some stupid shit for fun that now that picture, because it's some fucking bot, has me in a baby photo all over the world. Like, then it gets like
That would be great.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
I
would
mean-
be, but not
We're
really.
trying to grow our audience. Jay.
Yeah, I get it, but there's a fine line.
Is there? Come on, it's the summer. The shows have been struggling in the summer. We need
I
a
don't
little
think
kick.
they've been that bad.
No,
Well, you know,
summer's
listen.
tough. Summer's tough.
Summer is tough, but
Summer is tough.
so that's where I'm at.
I'm very excited to see where
I'm
this
very,
goes.
yeah, I want to see how this progresses.
Well, I will 100% keep you guys up to date.
I love that you go for it.
You gotta go for it.
I agree.
And now I got more time because my side piece is done.
Your side piece.
It's over?
It's over.
Oh, the one I know of?
Yes. The one that I get yelled at for talking about.
Are there more?
You got
than
yelled at
one?
for talking about?
No, you always say I try and find a way to bring it up. So that's over.
What happened?
It's just done. It's ran its course.
It ran its
I'm
course.
just backing out.
You're backing
slowly.
out.
Like it was
I'm
getting
doing like
dangerous for
the Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, and then, and then he snaps back and he walks
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Nothing. It just kind of ran its
nothing
course.
like-
It's just
she showed up
it's
at your
just
house or
it's just
something?
one of those get out now
Yeah.
while everything is a-okay.
I think that makes sense.
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
For anybody who knows me and knows the situation can
Yeah.
probably attest that
There was nothing.
there was nothing positive coming out of it anyway.
It's
It was
just-
just like, it's been COVID, you haven't had any ass for a while, you needed to, snap out of, get out of the slump. And now
It's quite a way to get out of
it's a
it.
slump breaker.
Slump buster.
Slump buster.
Slump buster.
That's exactly. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I feel like
No, but
us
now
doing
his slump
video,
is busted.
we should probably have lights on when we do video.
This video is probably not going to make it. We're just kind of doing a dry run
Oh,
because we
okay.
don't even have like the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it does, it does, but it,
Yeah, no, we're in the dark.
Yeah.
but we're on our way to figuring out the video. It only takes 6 months for us to get something going on.
Hey, but you know what? We're going to be around forever, so.
implementing new
Yeah,
stuff.
we are gonna be
In 3 years, we could have a lot of cool things happening with the show.
We do have a 200.
gonna be- it's
we
gonna
have
be us,
25
hologram.
episodes before we get to 200.
Okay, so we got
We
to.
have to do something big for 200.
We will.
Maybe that's when we go live.
I would love to do that.
That would be great.
Are you going to be around?
Should be.
You say
25
that.
episodes is 25 weeks.
That's 4, 8, 12, 16. It's about 6 months. 6, 7 months.
Yeah. That should be fine.
What do you mean you should be fine?
I don't know how you could confidently say that the way
I
you've been
can't.
traveling.
Didn't you just
can't,
say
but
you're
the-
going to back on?
That's
on
what I'm saying. How
in
could you
August- when are you
confidently
leaving?
say that?
When are you out of here?
Probably the first week of August.
So that's in a month, and you're going for how long?
No more than 3 months. I have to be back here for some stuff.
So then maybe it might work out.
That's what I'm saying. It might work out. Yeah.
All right.
I'm doing quick math right now. I'll actually count it out.
You do math.
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
I will hurt myself. I need paper.
I went to the doctor this week. After a long time, I finally had to go to the doctor.
For what?
My kidney doctor.
Oh, no.
So
Do you need a new one?
I don't know.
Chick wants to give you a kidney so
I
bad.
do. I want to hold it over you for the rest of your life.
Only if you wear a diaper.
I'll do whatever you want me to do to give you a
will
kidney.
you? Do you really want
That's a
to give it
great
to me?
I would love to give you a
Why?
kidney.
Because you want the accolades?
Not because I want the accolades, because if you need a kidney, I'd like to help you.
No. It's because of the
I
accolades.
believe him with that.
What
I think
accolades?
that there's a
You
duality
want-
to it.
Does anybody ever give your mom and dad a high five for giving you a kidney?
Yes.
I
think
respect the
I
players very
think
much.
no, I think they're amazing for doing it. But do people actually go up to them?
It would be for a friend to give it to me would be a whole nother. It would feel. I would feel very uneasy about it. I wouldn't know how to handle it.
You'd turn down a kidney?
I'm not saying I would turn down a kidney.
No, he needs your kidney.
Yeah, I mean, like, would you rather die than get my kidney?
Can you imagine if my whole personality changed when I
love
start?
it. I just want to be inside you.
So anyway, I had to go. It's the last time I went to my kidney doctor was 2019. Okay.
I feel like for someone with 2 transplants, that should never be that
Well-
You should be on like a 6-month.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well,
my
it's-
eyes are bad, and I have to go twice a year for them.
I know. I'm not good. But 2020 was a wash. I couldn't
Yeah,
leave
I
my
mean,
house,
it's
so that
tough.
was my excuse. So anyway, I've been having trouble. They weren't going to refill my medication a few times.
How do they do that?
What do you mean?
Like, how do they even threaten to not refill your
They're like,
medication?
you need, because if they're giving me medication that is, like, if my levels aren't where the medication that I'm taking is at,
They want you to come in. I
yeah,
get
they need
it.
to know where I'm at.
Yeah.
My big thing, and I've said this before, I have a huge phobia for some reason of drawing blood. Like
So you'd rather die.
yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, I would. Like it really is. I can't explain it. Drawing blood. I don't mind going to the doctor. Okay, it's the fact that
You get a lollipop every time you go.
that's the dermatologist. But going to getting blood drawn. I don't know if you remember, but like I had one point
remember.
had
You almost
remember-
fainted, right?
I never fainted, but I have a phobia that I'm going to faint, and I make the doctor say, "Can you like stick me 3 times?" But you know the tubes when you get blood drawn. I say I don't want to fill a bunch of tubes because I feel like then I'll lose too much blood. I want stick me here and I'll fill up a tube. Wait 5 minutes, stick me again, I'll fill up another tube. That's how I want it to be done.
It doesn't matter how. You realize that?
That could take hours.
It doesn't matter. So anyway.
It's one of the dumbest, for somebody who has a phobia of it, that's one of the dumbest things I've
But
ever heard.
you don't understand my phobia. It's not a phobia of the
Prick.
needle.
It's the blood getting
it's
drawn out. I get it.
It's that you're going to run out of
you
blood.
think you're getting
Right.
too much taken out.
So-
I get it.
for whatever reason, whatever I saw some
Pussy.
stupid show that like people you lose if you a certain amount of blood, like you start feeling
Do you
lightheaded.
realize how much blood it is, though, that you
It's like
have?
a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I get it.
People get shot in arteries.
Chick, you're a guy that knows, anxiety.
that's
stuff.
why I'm saying.
It makes no sense. I
But
get
for
that.
me, I have anxiety, but if I knew it
But
was
yours
something,
makes sense to you,
no,
and mine doesn't.
No.
I get it.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's what you're saying.
You didn't let me finish.
You're not.
What I'm saying is, even throughout my anxiety, certain things that I knew I needed to get done or else could potentially kill me, I would make sure, like, that's not, like, part of the anxiety is thinking you're going to die or have these issues
I don't have
because
that
of it.
anxiety. I don't have the anxiety that I'm going to die.
So what's your worry about losing blood?
That I'm going to pass out. And
What do you care if you pass out?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because you think you're going to die.
No, it has nothing to do with death. It's like I just don't like the idea of passing out. It's stupid. I get it. It's insane. So anyway, I knew I waited too long, and I had to I go to the Quest Labs. Okay, doctor's appointment is on the Monday. Quest Labs, they were like, do it in advance so we have your stuff. By the time I booked an appointment, I got it for Monday morning.
Oh, nice.
So I go Monday morning, And right away, I had to go to Syosset to do it. Right away, I tell them, listen, I get nervous. I'm not going to pass out, but I feel like I'm going to I get nervous. Just want you to know. And so I'm like, how many tubes? I'm obsessed with the tubes of blood they're going to take from me. That's my big thing. I can only do 3 at most. And she's like 5 or 6. I said, well, that might be a problem for me. I have a big problem with losing too much blood. And I can't stress the fact that I have to tell them I'm not going to pass out, because once they think I'm going to pass out, then they lay me down, and that panics me more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Did you ever think about not saying anything?
No, I can't not say. I have to, because I'm going to act like a lunatic. So she's like, it's 5. It ended up being 5 of the little vials of blood they're going to take out of me. I have a Gatorade with me to like calm down. She does it. Dude, I'm holding the Gatorade and shaking and trying to drink it at the same. I'm spilling Gatorade all over me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I know I'm nuts. I'm sorry. Like, I'm apologizing and freaking out at the same time and spilling Gatorade all over me. So finally I get it done. I feel great. Now I have my doctor's appointment. And I'm like, good. I'm done with that. Go to the doctor's appointment. My blood pressure is through the roof.
Okay.
Really?
This has been a problem for a couple of months now. I had to do something. I think I told you that.
Is it because of your nerves?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So,
No, I mean, that's usually like diet based, right? Like,
well,
Yeah, but you can get yourself worked up.
yeah, you could get yourself
Where your
worked up.
blood
Really?
pressure's
But this
fucking
is
through the roof.
this has been. I think I talked about it
You've
in a
mentioned it
past
before.
episode,
Yeah,
because
you have.
I had to get something for my job, and my blood pressure was too high to get like a medical card. They wouldn't give it to me. So anyway, I went on this blood pressure medication. It's still high. It's still like through the roof, which I feel great, but blood pressure could mean my kidney function isn't
It's
great.
starting to go.
So that's a little scary. So now that's what I'm freaked out about, because I feel great. I saw the doctor.
So you don't know yet. You're
I don't know.
waiting to find out.
I haven't gotten. I should have gotten the results for the lab results.
Well, to me, lab results that take a while are usually better than lab results that get.
Yeah, I
because
did-
usually when there's something wrong and a doctor sees it, they're like, I got to tell them.
I know. I that's what I'm hoping. But since it's been so long and it's totally my fault, I'm very nervous. So now the doctor had me. I have a blood pressure monitor here. I had to buy.
I have one of my.
You have one too? And then he gave me one of these, a blood pressure log. So every day I
So you
have
have
to
to
log my
mark
blood
it.
pressure.
How's your blood pressure been?
So I went on.
I know what numbers are pretty off the top of my head, but
Before I was on the medication, I was 169 over 93.
wow,
Yeah,
That's
in the office I
very
was
high.
189
It's very high.
over something.
wow.
But now they put me on a higher blood pressure medication, and I'm 2 days on that, and I took it today when I got home from work.
Now, if
which
medication is working, is that a good sign?
I
Or
don't
does that
know.
mean they
I think
know
it's
what the issue
I
is
don't-
and they're able to regulate it?
as far as the kidney goes. I think. Well, the only way I'll know is like by the lab results, because they have a
They
way
need to test levels.
There's a thing called creatinine that, like, if your creatinine level is high, that's how they test your kidney function. You know, so like
Well, you got a kidney over here.
thank
so
you, I
don't worry.
appreciate it. So yeah, but I took it today when I got out of work, and it's 156 over 93 now. So it's slow,
It's slowly getting back.
but it's
That's still pretty high, man.
It's still
but
pretty high.
2 days. It takes. They say
But
it takes
if it
a
is an
couple
actual issue, the medication probably is going to, I wouldn't imagine, fix it like that. It probably
No.
slowly-
That's why I have to do a blood pressure thing for my job, and the doctor's like, don't even do it until the end of the month, because
Okay.
it takes a little while.
okay.
It doesn't, you don't take the medication and it works the next day.
Yeah,
So
they usually level it. I don't, yeah.
this is my first day basically with recording, and I did it when I came from
It's
home
that
from
top
work.
number that's a lot higher than it should be, right? I don't know.
And the
which
bottom
one.
number.
The bottom's high, but the bottom, I don't know.
Yeah, so the top number should
120
be
over 80 is, like,
120
ideal.
over 80. Yes, yeah. So it's more the top number.
But I don't know which one is more important. Systolic and what?
Systolic.
Systolic and systolic. I don't know.
Systolic. So yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. So I'm having a mini panic attack throughout my whole week.
Well,
with the,
we're here if you need, babe.
I appreciate it.
and I'll more than
Yeah,
happy to
keep
give you
us
my
posted
kidney.
on
Yeah,
that.
no, I will. And you know what? The whole thing, it's my fault, and I haven't
Don't beat yourself up. I
No, no,
bust
no.
your balls, but I get it.
But it's like this is important, and
Well, that's kind of my whole
I mean,
thing.
it was
is
a weird
when
year.
I had anxiety, my
Yeah.
biggest concerns were medical things. So, like, I always make sure I get those things checked out.
see, my thing is I feel fine, so I put it on the back burner.
All right.
And
Like, I had doctors check for things that they knew I didn't have because of my anxiety.
Right.
His is he doesn't want to get checked.
I
You know
no
what I'm
news is good
saying?
news.
I'll overly get checked,
Right.
and he'll under get checked. It's different how everybody's
which is a much better way to do it.
Whose?
Your way.
Yeah, but doctors also don't want to test for everything. I had to make a deal with my doctor when I was at my worst with the anxiety. He's like, I will let you get this test if we agree that this is the last one until you actually need something.
See, that's another level of crazy. So
Well, no, it's because
you're
I
like
was-
Veda Sultanfuss from.
Well, it's
My
because
Girl.
I told him, but he knew why I needed it. It was for my own sanity. He
Right.
knew there was nothing wrong. I needed to see it.
Yeah. You know what? There's a comedy friend that got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer that I know. He's a fairly young guy and he's in good shape.
That's so scary.
It really scary me.
Because that's like I don't
rough
want.
one.
Does he listen?
I don't think so, but I don't want to get too much into it. But he's a good friend, and I spoke to him. I spoke to him on like the phone a few times from the hospital.
So sad.
And he knows like my kidney issues, so he's called me a few times, and he's like, you just never know. And he was like, just go to the doctor, man. You never know.
Well, that's what it is. You never know, man.
And
Like that was with my
kinda
throat. I
scared
let
me.
my throat go over, and then once I started thinking about it, I started getting a little nervous. So you get it checked out.
Yeah.
And now it's not getting better, so now I know I needed to get it removed.
So
And then once it gets removed, they biopsy it.
what's the move with that? Are
They're probably gonna have to remove it.
okay.
I am assuming that the next step is it's been like this for now 8 months. The follow up was if it doesn't improve, we'll remove it.
And then they biopsy it and they decide what
And then
it
they
is.
biopsy it anyway. Once they remove it, they automatically biopsy
Right.
it.
Yeah.
They told me I shouldn't have anything to worry about, but they'll probably still do it. But now I have to. Then I'll worry what's going to happen with the biopsy. So I'm going to have that cancer scare again.
Jesus Christ, we have to go through that again.
But listen, you got
Better
to
to get it checked.
Exactly.
Yeah. Chris, what's it like to do a podcast with a bunch of old
You guys
men
are
that are
fucking falling apart, man.
Well, you know what's funny? My softball team, which we're having a rough year, we're probably going to we're hoping to make the top tier playoffs.
Yeah, that's why we were late again, because you had your Little League game earlier in the week. So now we had to.
The first time I had something actually
you're right.
and I even tried doing
Oh,
it.
is that what that was? It was a
Yeah,
Little
it's,
League thing?
well, that's why I said I could do it. I just have a small window.
He had his Little League game.
You coach?
It's my softball
your
team.
softball.
Fucking don't listen to him.
Dude, I feel like you would coach Little League.
I do
You'd be one of
coach
those-
Little League.
See,
He's,
Although-
he's all over the place.
I love it. But
He's a man of the people.
now I forgot my train of thought.
something about your softball team.
Yeah.
Winning
Oh,
the championship.
so my whole team, we're getting old, and we have guys that hurt
Yeah.
toes, hurt knees,
Hurt
shoulders,
toes.
yeah, everything. The injuries we have on my softball team is mind-boggling.
Oh.
And it's across the board where we have people sitting because everybody's older now, so the bodies just don't recover
and
or
softball
react
is
well.
Such a trying sport.
It doesn't have to be trying though. If you're not in shape and you move the wrong way, I don't care what you're doing.
Dude, it's all it takes. All it takes is a wrong turn.
That's what I'm saying. All
if
it
I
takes
get
is
out of my bed in the wrong way,
I know
like,
people who cough and pull muscles and
Yes.
shit like that. So like,
Jesus.
it's not like, yeah, I get it. It's not a trying sport, but you're still running and doing
Yeah.
shit. You can still get hurt.
That's true. You make
So
it.
there's just
Gotta
tons of
stretch,
injuries.
chick.
Well, I
Yeah,
barely play.
stretch.
I just coach. I pitched one game and I won, and that's it. Hung my hat up.
How's your arm feeling?
Feels great. But I have some good picks this week.
Okay. As opposed to normally?
Well, there was a time where I wasn't like,
You weren't into it for a little while.
I wasn't into some of mine.
You
but-
almost canceled them.
Yeah.
For a minute.
well, I've got some good stuff coming back.
All right.
So
It's the summer of movies, blockbuster summer.
Yeah.
I got 3 picks, and 2 of them are almost the same, but they're going to get a separate pick.
Okay. All right.
There's this new series. Oh, I don't even know if I'd call it a series. It's a movie trilogy that is out on Netflix, and they released one 2 weeks ago, one a week ago, and they're all different movies. It's called Fear Street. It's Fear Street. The first one was Part 1, 1994. The second one was Fear Street, Part 2, 1978. And it's a horror. Well, I guess it's kind of horror mystery of a town or 2 towns that are right next to each other. One is the best town of the world as far as like no crime, everybody does well, they all love each other. And then the town next to it is just like everybody's lives fall apart. There's tons of crime. Everybody's got issues in their family. It's just like a shit show. And apparently they all think they're cursed. So the first one is about, it's like a present 1994 where there's something happens. And then the second one is a throwback to like a prequel on it. It's really good though.
Okay.
It's kind of like Stranger Things meets, I don't know. It's almost like it's kind of like, it reminds me of Stranger Things, but with like an old school,
older school than Stranger Things?
school.
No, because Stranger Things is the 80s, no?
It's kind of old school these days.
One's
right?
94. It's just a different type
cool,
of plot.
All
But
right.
I don't know. It's really good.
All
Really, I'm the worst at describing things.
Yeah, no, you're not great.
But they're both great. So I would advise watching those.
Okay.
And then the new show on HBO, I'm going to already throw it out there as a must-watch, The White Lotus. Did you see any coming attractions or
I haven't
I feel
any
like I did.
idea?
I feel like I did. Remind
It
me.
is a bunch of imbeciles who go to this hotel,
Okay.
and the hotel is the White Lotus, and it's about the staff catering.
It's a series?
Yes, and it's like a dark comedy.
Ah, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, it's not like you're gonna watch and slap your leg laughter, but if you appreciate sarcasm and dark humor, it's fucking hysterical. There's like a couple who the husband thinks he has cancer, the wife is like telling him to shut the fuck up, you don't know yet. The daughter brings one of her friends, and the daughter and the friend are just two younger bitches. Like
Right.
everybody, there's a lady who brought her mother's ashes, and she's going through like a midlife crisis. These are all like the residents there at this hotel.
All right.
And then it's just about the staff and their interactions, and it's fucking hilarious.
I could watch that. That's
It's called The White Lotus. It's
The
on
White Lotus.
HBO. The first episode just came out last week. And I'm going to throw a fourth one on there. For all my Vice fans who watch the Vice channel, it's got some good stuff on it. If you like Dark Side of the Ring, that series, they have Dark Side of the 1990s, which is Dark Side of the 90s. And the first episode was about like talk show TV with like specifically like Jerry Springer and those type of shows that brought like all the
What about
trash on
Jenny
it.
Jones? When
Yeah, Jenny. What about that episode?
do you know about that, Chris?
The guy who murdered somebody.
I
Yeah.
saw on Netflix.
That's what the guy came out that he had a gay crush,
Yeah,
and the guy
yeah.
fucking killed him.
And he killed him. Yeah.
I think Netflix did.
They did. There was something about
episode.
that.
I think they did too. Yeah, I think you're right. It
I
was
used,
one
to,
of those.
I used to like watching. all
Dude,
those
everybody
things.
did, and when I was watching that, I realized how much I used to watch some of that shit.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Springer, Jenny Jones,
remember
Ricky
Richard
Lake. What's his name? Phil Donahue wasn't as bad as the other ones, but
Right.
Geraldo.
Geraldo.
He got his nose broken. Was that with the
That's right.
KKK?
There was some weird thing. They were like, if I was home sick from school, I'd watch them with you.
That's what I'm saying. It was just the
like one of
greatest
those-
stuff to watch. And
Yeah.
so it's all about like 90s TV in that
Ah,
regard.
all right. Yep.
That was the first episode. It's the whole series, I think, is based off of just the oddball shit that happened in the
Okay.
90s.
That's pretty cool.
So it was for any of those 90s. I'm obsessed with the 90s.
can you get that one on demand? Or something? Does
Well,
Vice have a streaming service?
Vice has an app that I watch it on.
Okay.
I know they have a channel, but Vice channel, like I couldn't get it on my TV. Like that you can get. It's weird. So
All right.
I think I have it on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
yeah, I don't. It might. I don't know
I
if
have
it's.
Hulu
You
Live.
got to look for it. It's on the Vice channel, or at least the Vice apps, and that's where I watched it. So those are my 4 picks this week.
Have you guys seen? I'm really enjoying this one show that I didn't think I would. It's on Netflix called Sweet Tooth. Have you seen that?
Is that good?
I like it.
It keeps coming up, and I refuse.
It's not something I thought I would like. It's like based off a comic book, but I don't know. I got into it. Sometimes, I feel like sometimes you could watch a certain show and it hits you in the right moment.
Yeah, some shows are just right time. Right.
I feel like if I watched it at a different time, I'd be like, eh. But whatever it was, I kind of like it. I don't know where it's going.
One of my past picks, a new season just came out of Atypical.
I've never watched that.
That show is phenomenal.
Is it? I heard good stuff.
It's
And ending.
Michael
It's coming out,
Rappaport.
right?
Is it this is the last season? I don't know.
I think so.
Or there's probably going to be one more season.
Maybe
I would
one
imagine.
more. I think it's coming.
It's about a family with an autistic son, and they have the daughter and the two parents and the interworkings of it. But it is so well written and so well acted.
I gotta check that out.
It's just a great show.
I've heard great things.
Really?
I won't put it as a pick because I've already done it numerous times. I've talked about that show, but
All right.
that just came out. And you know, it was also good that I watched. It's a brand new movie, so you know, we'll do what you want with it. The new Black Widow was good.
Was it good? Okay.
I thought it was good. I kind of like all those Avengers stuff, and I love Scarlett
That
Johansson.
stuff drives me crazy, the Avengers stuff. With that Loki show that's out.
The Loki show I don't like. I like a lot of this stuff, and I liked the Falcon was good. The Falcon and the American Soldier, and then the other one that they just with the.
I haven't seen any of them. I gotta be honest
The
with you.
shows have been good. The Loki one, it's just a little.
So much homework to do.
Well, if you watched all of them, you don't like. You should have a relatively.
But it's the watch all of them part.
Oh no, you know
there's
me.
so many.
I've seen all. I watched all of Phase 1.
So many.
I feel like I'm so in on the Avengers that I have no choice but to watch all the stuff coming out.
When you're in, but like from someone from the outside looking.
Yeah,
in,
to start, it's a tough start.
a fucking lot.
It's like looking at a show that's got like 10 seasons.
Right.
Do I want to start this?
It's like soccer. It's like, how do you get involved?
Soccer, the only way I would recommend is to pick a team, and that'll force you to follow things. But again, you just got to pick a team and then hope you like them. Like you may pick a team that you wind up not even liking. I was lucky in how mine came to be. But so those are my picks.
All
That's
right,
my
I like
week.
those picks.
I don't know what you guys got. Anything else?
Let me just promote one more time. We got the Croxley show next Thursday, a week from today. I'm really looking forward to it. The lineup is great. It's again Jessica Kirsten. If you don't know her, check her out. She's a beast. And I'll
be working the door.
Yeah, Chick's gonna be working the door, and maybe
I'll
we
be
get him
hanging
up on
out.
stage. So, you know, can we get you up on stage?
We gotta
I'm
get him
thinking.
up on stage.
I think we get you up on stage just in the beginning. Just
We'll see.
Make the announcement.
I refuse to put myself in that spot yet.
No. I get it. But,
I'm not committing
But
to
maybe you
anything.
just make a little. You don't have to make a joke. You
I'm just not committing to anything.
okay. Well, we'll see.
Yes.
So get tickets to that. All your friends will be there, and then that Sunday I'm doing the roast battle. So you know that
Yes,
should be
that'll
fun
be
too.
fun.
I'm gonna lose that because I haven't written one joke.
And
but-
look forward. We were going to be having my brother on the show in a few
yeah.
weeks.
So when's that gonna be?
He comes in the week of the 23rd or the
Okay.
24th, I think he comes in.
Is he a regular listener?
No, but my brother is my brother's a big personality.
What Chick?
I don't know why he even wants to come on. Because it's not like, but he loves to talk and he's a bullshitter. And he had his own radio show when he went to Florida.
Did he really?
Yeah, my brother is someone who we're not gonna have trouble. We'll have to worry about him talking.
All right, good.
I love him to death. And if you think I'm a big mouth and
Is
all
there
that,
anybody in your family that we have to worry about talking?
yes. Like if I brought my other brother on,
Oh,
he
yeah.
wouldn't say two words. You know him.
Yeah, you're right.
He wouldn't say two words. My mother and my father probably wouldn't either.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Me and
yeah.
my brother are.
So you guys are two peas in a pod,
we're similar, but not
but different.
but very different. We're very
you're-
different, but we have a lot of similarities.
All right.
Different types of big mouths.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
And
That should be fun.
I don't even know what to expect with him on.
Yeah,
And he asked me to come on, and I'm not going to turn my brother down. I've had some
I'm
of my
very
shithead
excited.
friends on. So I'm excited to bring him on. I don't know what to expect.
That'll
All
be
right.
fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
You'll be able to find out a lot about me, and he'll have no problem bashing me and making fun of me because he
Good.
likes it.
Good. I'm excited for that episode, and yeah, guys, and stay tuned because these cameras are rolling, but it looks like the midnight sky in here. So
Yeah, we gotta
I
figure
just don't
something
know
out.
why the test run you wouldn't at least put the lights on to see how they look with lights.
because we're not even gonna after.
yeah, I was late, so I don't have any right to say anything. So
yeah. So guys, if you made it this far,
sorry I was late.
you weren't that late. You were literally 7 minutes late.
Well, all right.
Well, you were an hour late.
7 minutes late to the episode.
7 minutes late to the one we started.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, I'll be there in 5, and then we were at 20 minutes.
Can I tell you one thing?
Please
That's
don't.
not why. There's nothing to do while I was late.
You
I
fell
was
asleep. We know.
no. I was already late. Your parking situation now takes
Oh
longer.
my God. The
Takes
park-
longer to park than it does to drive. Here.
I had to park
Yeah.
at the train station.
I swear to God, I left my house at 7:30.
You don't park back there. Park.
I had to
across-
park on the side of the road.
But you?
I'm on
Oh,
109.
plus, that's better.
No.
I'm on Conklin.
Always park in the
I'm like right outside
Like
Lotus
behind
Garden.
Flux over there.
behind Flux. Behind Flux. There's
Okay,
always
right.
spots over there. This
Because
is
for the
cool
future,
thought.
like I left my house at 7:30, was here by 7:35, didn't park till 7:44.
Don't believe that. But all right, guys,
I
if you made it
swear
this
on my
far,
life. Why would I lie at that point?
if you made it this far, we appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.